On behalf of the Food Bank team and our board of directors, I'd like to take a moment to express sincere thanks to Congressman Turner and his staff for spending time with us today to tour our facility. It's also wonderful to have the opportunity to express our thanks in person for the support of the Food Bank's Community Project funding request, which will provide the Food Bank with the capacity needed to continue addressing emergency food needs in our community, while also working to make lasting social change. The project will support the Food Bank's root cause of food insecurity work, including providing space for our reentry services and workforce development initiatives. The addition of 2 private exam rooms designed to increase access to healthcare services and other critical wraparound services for our customers. We are grateful to you, Congressman Turner, for advancing this project, as it will go beyond providing food assistance to those in our line. It will work to shorten the line altogether and help the Food Bank achieve its mission of eliminating hunger and its root causes. On a personal note, when we first decided to do this, we were very honest when we called and said we don't know what we're doing. So I'd like to personally thank Breely, Regina, Eugene, and Maggie for all their work with us. They have stood beside us, they've helped, they made us feel comfortable when we were nervous, and we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Michelle. I'm very proud to support the Dayton Food Bank, whether it's when we have emergencies in our community or the normal economic needs that we have of the 1 in 6 people in our community who have food insecurity. The Dayton Food Bank responds to those important needs. When we had tornadoes in our community, they ramped up to provide the aid and need for our community. When we had COVID, they responded and received from the Governor National Guard right here, who helped deploy to provide access to food during that crisis. But even when we don't have a crisis, on a normal day, our community has those in need that the Dayton Food Bank responds to. Thanks for Michelle's leadership. Thank you for mentioning our staff who've worked with you. You have great staff here who work to help us in this process. I am pursuing a $2 million grant for the Dayton Food Bank to support this expansion. Those dollars will be used to help in the construction, and then we'll help launch them into the operational phase of this expansion. These dollars are currently in the Appropriations Committee, and our request for the $2 million for our community has already been recognized by the Appropriations Committee as an important national project. These funds have come out of the committee with full support, and they will be heading to the House floor. As we look to the end of the year for our funding bills, we're going to be advocating and supporting pursuing these dollars for our community, and we're hopeful that we're going to be able to be right back here where we can present a ceremonial check to the Dayton Food Bank, kicking off their expansion. But I know our whole community supports the Dayton Food Bank because of what they do, the outreach that they do, the success that's right here for families and people in need in our community. Michelle, thank you for your leadership. I'm very glad to be able to support it. We're going to continue to pursue this $2 million in order to accomplish this expansion for our community. Thank you. Michelle?
I was asked to just comment on what the building will do and what will be provided. It's when we think about feeding our line, we feed in abundance. We have enough food to take care of our community. We are interested in shortening our line, and part of that is working through our strategic initiatives. One of those is health equity and advocacy on behalf of the clients that we serve. In the building, there'll be a commercial kitchen. Most of you know that last mile, when we pick up food on the docks, we will be using the commercial kitchen to produce food. There will be 2 turnkey exam rooms so that if you have Medicaid or Medicare, we currently serve a senior program too, you will be able to meet with a healthcare provider on site. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
Sure. This is for Michelle.
Gotta stay there.
We talk to her all the time, Congressman. First of all, good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Talk about what this grant, is it a grant?
Yes, there will be grant funds that come through the Health and Human Services.
Talk about what this grant will mean, not only for the food bank, but the community that you serve as well.
It will. So one of the things about the food bank is we try to be very fiscally responsible with tax dollars and the dollars, the generous dollars that the community give us. And so for us, this is the last leg of a project. What you can't see here is when we built the building, it was for a $15 million pounds per person, so pounds that we get out coming in the door and going out. And during COVID, we distributed 17 million pounds. So the first two things we did, phase one was to expand our freezer coolers. It's our single largest asset, and it's how we keep our food safe. The second thing that we did is we had to expand our team as the National Guard pulled out. Thanks to the generosity of local officials, we were able to expand our team to 60 people. And so if you look around this warehouse, you'll see that we added cubicles for additional bodies. And then this area in particular is for pick and pack. Two programs specifically back here that are most important are our backpack programs. We serve about 1,100 children per week. And so backpack goes on their back. And what I love about that program, in each one of those backpacks, there's a love note. And the love note on the back, when you turn it over, has a 24-hour food assistance line. Our goal is not to continue to put the backpack on the child's back. Our goal is to feed the family. And so with the use of that burner phone and using that phone number, we can then connect them to 107 of our partner agencies that can get them food.
How has the need changed since COVID? In other words, has it gotten greater? We all know what COVID has done. It's not gone away. But has the need increased since the price of gas has gone up? People are wavering, not sure what to do.
Sure. Yes to all of that. One of the things about this particular food bank, as Congressman Turner knows, he was here during the tornadoes. When the tornadoes laid down, we already had elevated need. And so when COVID numbers went up, you saw a lot of food banks say that their numbers were going up exponentially. Ours went up, but we had already in the middle of a heightened need. And so when you add inflation, gas prices, even for us, transportation, logistics, problems getting food to the food bank certainly has increased. All of that has changed.
Last but not least, for me at least, were you surprised by the help of Congressman Turner when he reached out to you and told you the great news?
I was not. Congressman Turner was one of the first to stand in Washington and ask when the tornadoes laid down in a private video for his support. He suffered a personal loss and turned that loss into a gift to the food bank, and has been here and beside us while this work is going on continually.
With that being said, is there anything else the food bank needs? Well, we have Congressman Turner in house.
Yeah, no, there's nothing else we need. We're just very, very grateful.
And last but not least, I don't know where your volunteers are. I wish they could be here to hear this phenomenal news on behalf of Congressman Turner and the news you received today. Can you talk about the importance of volunteers as well?
I can, but today in particular, there are not volunteers. Those are our partnership with Dayton Equity. So in our partnership and collaboration with the Dayton Equity and McKinley Church, we do forklift training here for job readiness and job development.
As always, if someone is in need, would like to have help in the food bank, can you give out your website again?
I can, www.foodbankdayton.org.
And as we approach the holiday season, not excluding Christmas, but Thanksgiving and alike, how big is your footprint here at the food bank when it comes to reaching out to individuals who are in need?
So our footprint is Montgomery, Greene, and Preble County. We serve many, last year over 80,000 unduplicated folks that needed food assistance. And last year we distributed just under 17 million pounds of food.
What do you say when thank you is just not enough? I mean, what do you do? I mean, can we get it? Can Mr. Turner inside as well?
So that's what I said to him when he came to the door. I'm not sure how to thank him. His generosity goes without. There are no words to convey my thanks, but we are very grateful for his support and his help, both him and his team.
I had related to her that her success is a gift for this community, and we're certainly all supportive and glad to be there. Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey.
I'm so nervous.
No, you're great.